What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're once again back with another off-season rebuild. I told you guys we had 3 to do this week. We already did one yesterday, that being the Magic, and now we're on to the Clippers. The Clippers off-season is going to be very tough. I'll just say that right now. Going into this video, I'm not really looking forward to it just because there's like a part of me that wants to go this route. There's a part of me that this route makes more sense. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it. I'm recording this right after Denver-Minnesota game 2, and holy crap, what a game that was. Minnesota dominating Denver almost didn't even feel real, to be honest with you, but maybe this is Minnesota's year. That's besides the point. Let's go ahead and jump in and do this Los Angeles Clippers off-season rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Of course, like I said, we were talking about the Clippers. I already went ahead and put in the new logo and the new branding because, as we know, the one thing that is happening this offseason for the Clippers is they're moving into the new arena. The new arena should be ready for next year. They got new branding, which almost backs them into a corner to where they don't really have a choice to not rebuild. And it doesn't make sense for them to rebuild either. Like, there's just so many problems with the Clippers right now. It's not even funny because this team can't stay healthy, but they can't really choose to go the rebuild route either. They already extended Kawhi. Paul George and James Harden are both free agents. You assume they're going to want both of them back, both being 34 years old. This team is just in a terrible spot. That's just literally all it is. Because as much as we always say every year, us as NBA fans, man, if those Clippers were healthy, they'd be scary in the playoffs, but they never are. It just doesn't work out that way whatsoever, and it just seems like they're going to run it back once again because you don't want to open up a new arena and not have a talented team, to go ahead and, start those ticket sales and whatever. So, yeah, and you already extended Kawhi, so it makes sense to go ahead and try to keep Paul George and James Harden, but is this team ever really going to amount to anything? More than likely not, especially in 2K. This team probably isn't going to do anything in 2K. You guys already know 2K hates older rosters. Yesterday's video was so rough, man. If you watched yesterday's video, holy crap, what a rough video that was yesterday. So I'm looking to bounce back, and thankfully, I have the power of, as you guys are seeing this, it is actually my birthday. I'm turning 25 today, as you guys are seeing this video. I'm actually recording this like 12 minutes before it's officially the 7th or whatever. But yeah, so hopefully 2K gives me a birthday present, I guess, and allows me to win a championship today. So yeah, hopefully that works out. But let's go ahead and keep going with this Clippers rebuild. So yeah, like I said, we got our work cut out for us today. Harden, Paul George are both unrestricted free agents. It sounds like the latest reporting has been that the Clippers have lowballed Paul George and refuses to accept less than the maximum offer, which definitely troublesome. I'll say that. Will Paul George go to the 76ers? That's a huge rumor. We got our work cut off for us. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of work to get done today. Jazz get 1, Blazers number 2, Spurs 3, Wizards 4, Pistons 5. Of course, as always, 76ers get Toronto's pick. Still don't understand why 2K has it that way, but it'll never be fixed, so I don't know why I continue to complain about it. So Tyronn Lue, of course, is the head coach. I think they're working to extend him. There's also been some weird rumors about him maybe going to the Lakers because obviously he used to coach LeBron. They won a championship back in Cleveland together when they came down from 3-1. I believe that was the year that Tyronn Lue took over, if I'm not mistaken. But let's go ahead and fill this out. We'll fix those draft picks, and as always, we'll figure out what are we going to do. Are we going to make any trades right away? Because, like, part of me, like I said, I kind of hinted at the intro, part of me just wants to rebuild this squad and just blow this team up. But you look at the future draft capital, guys, it's not there because we're only in the year of 2024. We don't have our pick this offseason, obviously. Our pick next year is a pick swap. 2026 not existent. So the next time we have a draft pick is 2027. And is that actually supposed to be the case? I don't know. Maybe 2K has that wrong. But 2K is showing us that we have our 2027 first round pick. So that's 3 years until now. So yeah, I think what we got to do is we got to re-sign Paul George and James Harden. And then we go one more year with this team and then we rebuild it from there. I think that's the best way to go about things. Because I don't really know what else you'd do if you're Steve Ballmer. You want to sell those tickets in the new arena, the new branding, and maybe give it one more chance when it probably doesn't deserve another one. But yeah, let's fix those draft picks and let's get to work. Today's video is brought to you by DGF's Optimizer. If you're playing on apps such as PrizePicks, Underdog, or any other DFS app, having a tool like this is so clutch at finding good plays right in front of you without having to do any research whatsoever. Just load this tool up and lay it at now. We got some value here. We actually have 5 plays we can plug and play right now if we truly wanted to. So you have a couple baseball plays, you have a few basketball plays. So as you can see, every single book that's showing data on this is favoring the under, or not all of them are under, sorry. So under 1.5 bases on Kyle Schwarber, over bases on Lipscomb, J-Dub, under 1.5 3-pointers made, under on Shade, 2 blocks, 2.5 blocks and steals, and 3-pointers made on Josh Green. Every single book, the juice is heavily favoring those plays, which is why you could plug and play these however you wanted to, which is why this tool is so clutch to having right in front of you, because I just found these without having to do any research whatsoever. I don't have to go look at the last 5 games or go look at how J-Dub performs against the Mavericks or whatever. You don't have to do that. It's all right in front of you, which is why having a tool like this is so clutch. So if you want to check out this tool, link is in the description below. Use code Crushables, 25% off your first month. Ever since I've started using this tool, I've been a much profitable sports bettor. Absolutely swear by it. I absolutely love using this tool. I don't go a day without using it. So when I am making plays, that is. But also, we are partnered with PrizePicks, and PrizePicks is the DFS app that I use the optimizer for. So basically, how PrizePicks works, you choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 players being 3 times your entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your entry. So if you use code Crushables and match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100 and 25% off your first month, like I said, on the optimizer. But yeah, there's so many sports to choose from. Not only basketball, they got like hockey, baseball, esports, all kinds of options to choose from. Of course, you can go over on Luka's 52 PRA if you like it, and you can mix that with tennis if you really want to. Like, the possibilities are endless. There's so many possibilities you can do on PrizePicks. So if you want to check out PrizePicks, use code Crushables. Like I said, they match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Make sure you use code Crushables in the optimizer, 25% off your first month, especially if you take sports betting seriously. Highly recommend starting using data when you're making plays. But other than that, let's get back to the video. So we do have a second round pick from the Indiana Pacers. So I guess we can go ahead and see if we get anything with the second round pick. Obviously, highly doubt this turns into anything. But hey, we got like Kobe Johnson, Caleb Foster, Matthew Cleveland, Melvin Ajinça here, Trey Alexander. So there's a decent couple options. I'm going to go Deron Holmes out of Dayton. Why not? Give ourselves maybe a future big. Probably spend some time in the G League this year. But player options, as mentioned, Russell Westbrook declines, Paul George declines, Joshua Primo, I guess we're accepting. I believe he got waived. Didn't he get waived? I don't know. Maybe he didn't. Brandon Boston, also a restricted free agent. And then going into free agency, we have Paul George, James Harden, Brandon Boston as free agents. So as I said already, we're probably going to this offseason re-sign everybody, run it back one more year when it probably doesn't deserve to be ran back one more year, and then we trade everybody from there. I just think that, Ballmer's going to give this team one more chance. Even if it doesn't deserve it, I definitely think that will be the case. So I'm going to re-sign all these guys, James Harden, Paul George. We're going to bring them both back. I mean, that's probably our best bet to still being a contender. Like I said, that this team is healthy, but like I said, we always say that they would be scary, but they just never are. So Bones Highland, right now is our backup point guard. Obviously, I don't want to just run it back. I definitely want to try to make improvement if I can, but it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. I think a backup center would definitely be in order if we could do that. But like I said, we don't really have a ton of assets at our disposal, so it's not going to be like the easiest thing to do. So we have like Monte Morris as a option in free agency. We could bring Plumlee back. Probably going to have to do that. So I think we are going to go ahead and sign Monte Morris. And if I can get Josh Richardson the last day of free agency too, that'd be clutch. So I'm signing Monte Morris to be my backup point guard. I think that's actually a huge get for us. And then if I can get Plumlee, which he might have signed somewhere, we could bring Montrezl Harrell back to LA. Definitely was here once upon a time. Daniel Tice also played here. I guess maybe that's our best option. Again, it's not great. We're going to go to day 12 of free agency. We'll probably resign Brandon Boston as well. He might be here for the future because, yeah, this team is going to be in a rebuild. Because I accidentally renounced him. I didn't mean to whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so I didn't mean to accidentally renounce him. Gallinari. So we're going to go to day 12, and I passed day 12. I'm just absolutely... You know what? It really doesn't matter. This team is chalked anyway. So Kawhi, Paul George, James Harden, Zubac, Norm Powell. Everyone's regressing. Bones Highland is up. Joshua Primo is up. So yeah, this team, it's not going to be good. Although, like I said, I shouldn't be just sitting here and giving up. But I guess I got to try to make at least one move, because I don't think the Clippers would just stay complacent, even though their options are going to be limited. I'll try to do something. It's not going to be easy to do whatever I'm going to try to do here, but I'll try to make something happen. So I'm going to try to do this trade with the Golden State Warriors. I don't want to trade. Well, I guess it's only our pick swap in next year, so it's going to be the least. The Thunder are going to be very good, so it doesn't really matter if we give this up. I don't really care. We're getting Moses Moody and Kevon Looney. That's actually pretty good. Moses Moody could be a piece going forward. Kevon Looney gives us a good backup center this year, which is definitely what we need. I do unfortunately trade Terrence Mann in this scenario, but I think it's fine. So we're moving Terrence Mann out of here. So now James Harden still our point guard, Bones Highland, Monte Morris. Norm Powell's our starting 2 at the moment, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to slide Kawhi back to the 3, Paul George to the 2. So this will be kind of our starting 5 now. So it's James Harden, Bones Highland, Paul George, Norm Powell, Kawhi, Moses Moody. Right now, we do not have a starting power forward. Maybe that has to be Amir Coffey, low key. Like, I don't. He goes down like crazy. Never mind, it can't be Amir Coffey. Okay, so maybe we got to make another move for a power forward, which is what we'll try to do here. So we got our backup center, Kevon Looney. We got Moses Moody, which I feel pretty solid about. Now we'll go try to get like a bridge starting power forward because I can't just come out here and start drawing Holmes. That's not going to work. So I want to see if I can try to get Royce O'Neal off the Spurs, and they agree. Okay, so that's our new starting power forward. It's Royce O'Neal, which I actually think is a still pretty solid get. But yeah, I'm not expecting much from this team going into next season. We have our guys in Kawhi, Paul George, and James Harden. We'll get a healthy season because this is 2K and not real life. But outside of that, this team is probably not going to have a lot of optimism around it. But maybe I'm surprised and this team still makes the playoffs. But I'm being completely transparent with you. I truly believe this team is about to miss the playoffs because, like I said, 2K absolutely despises older rosters. They still want to start De'Ron Holmes anyway, which is not going to happen, by the way. So we are going to send De'Ron Holmes to the G League along with Kobe Brown if I can sign another free agent, which I will. Yeah, Kobe Brown's going to go to the free agency or to the G League as well. So I just need to get, one player here to fill out the roster so I can send Kobe Brown down there as well. And that's what we'll do. So we'll have Kobe Brown on the Ontario Clippers as well. So here's what your starting 5 is looking like. So it's James Harden, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Royce O'Neal, Zubac, Moses Moody, Monte Morris, Kevon Looney, Norm Powell, and Bones Highland. All things considered, this isn't a bad rotation, low-key. It really isn't. So maybe this team does surprise me and we make the playoffs. But I just know how much 2K despises older rosters, and I'm just prepared for the worst. So I'm going to go ahead, simulate this season. Maybe if things are just going really badly, I just stop at the deadline and blow it up there. But I'll probably give it the whole season. Hopefully we are good enough, though. Like, I think this team should be a playoff team, but like I said, I'm just prepared for the worst. So at the end of the season, kind of as I expected, this season didn't go great. It went a little bit better than I thought. I'll give it that. We're actually a play-in team rather than just missing the playoffs straight up. I thought we just missed the playoffs straight up. We're here with the Phoenix Suns, and then Minnesota and Dallas being here doesn't seem right, especially based off how real life's going right now. But here we are in the season stats. Yeah, 22 from Kawhi, 20 from Paul George, and James Harden's out here averaging 13 and 9. So yeah, clearly trade value this offseason isn't going to be great. I did extend Zubac and Kevon Looney, so our center rotation set next year. So basically the game plan is here, assuming we're eliminated and don't go on some miraculous championship run here, which I don't think is going to happen. Probably get eliminated right away. No, we actually win. And now we got to beat Minnesota. And we get in. Hey, we're in the playoffs. I guess we could be excited about that. So we're going to give it all our all. Let's go to a 9-man rotation. Actually, let's play 8. Let's do 8. Let's backs against the wall. They want to start De'Ron Holmes, which is kind of weird. I'm going to move O'Neal still to the power forward spot. I don't think that makes sense to start De'Ron Holmes out here. So O'Neal's going to start. We get Denver in round 1, which like I said earlier, it was so weird to watch Denver get dominated by Minnesota. It was just very bizarre. It just didn't seem right. But somebody cut round against Denver, and bro, no way we're about to. Okay, so we actually pushed them 7 games, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it does not matter. This team has had enough time and opportunities to try to make something happen. They just can't. And of course, 2K makes the Magic go all the way to the finals. I couldn't even get out of round 1 yesterday. Spoiler if you didn't watch yesterday's video. Insanity. It was like yesterday was just so insane, which is why I'm hoping for a bounce back today. But all right, so lottery of course isn't going to matter for us. At least we got our pick into like the teens rather than it being like a top 10 pick or something. So Chicago says they have number 1. That is not true. That is Portland's pick. Same thing with Washington's pick at 5. That would be Wizards pick. So I got to fix some things, but we can turn our attention to really starting to tear this thing down, because that's really what's about to happen. We are about to tear this bad boy down. James Harden, Kawhi, Paul George, they're all gone. I'm sorry. It's time to move on. You're all gone. We're making all these trades. And again, at this point, I don't even know what their trade value would be. I'd imagine it wouldn't be that great. Like Kawhi and Paul George just still had a solid season, but they're 34, 35. Still pretty solid though. So I would expect still a decent package in return. Now Harden, on the other hand, still decent numbers, but yeah, Harden is more of a Chris Paul at this point, I guess. Like just that passing guy. I don't know. So let's go ahead and start making some trades. Norm Powell as well. What did he do last year? 9 points. Yeah, we're going to have our work cut out for us, but it is time to make a lot of trades here because we got a lot of work to do. So starting fairly simple here, we're going to be trading Norman Powell over to the Cavaliers for Dean Wade and a 2026 unprotected first round pick. Now, I would say, as far as Norman Powell is concerned, probably a protected pick, but I'm still okay with doing this trade. So Powell is headed to the Cavaliers, first trade done. Next trade we're doing is we're sending James Harden to Miami. We do have to take Terry Rozier's contract in return, but it's not that big of a deal to me. We're getting a 2020 unprotected first round pick. At this point, I'm just trying to excrete as much value as I can. James Harden, and I'll take a first for him. I'm more than okay with that. So throwing Paul George in the trade finder here, and I do find the Knicks fairly interesting for a team, or for Paul George. I think he could make a lot of sense, especially if they still have like Jalen Brunson and stuff, which they do. But I'm going to try to get more out of them. I want to see if I get a first round pick for Paul George services. If I can get like 13 as well. And you have like you have like Jared McCain, who I think would be interesting to come to this team. So if I get number 13, Jared McCain, Dalton Connected, Robinson, I'd be more than happy with that. They want Looney and Royce O'Neal. That's actually totally fine with me. We're getting Mitchell Robinson, who's going to immediately take over for Looney anyway. So we're going to go ahead and get a first round pick, Jared McCain, in a second for Paul George. I'm doing this all day. So just like that, we've already traded everybody pretty much. So now Mitch Robinson's our new center in town. Zubac is still here. Rozier is also here. This team's going to be funky. Don't get me wrong. I don't really have a direction yet, but we will establish that eventually. I did try to trade Kawhi, but nothing popped up, at least not yet. So we might have to wait a little bit for him, but we are still going to eventually get to him. But I got to fix these draft picks really quickly, and now we can focus on what's next. So honestly, I think getting a pick in this draft was super clutch. Getting the 13th overall pick, hopefully we can get us someone pretty good that fell very far. Hopefully anyway. I don't know if we'll get that lucky. But let's see what's fallen to us. So we have Hugo Gonzalez, Noah, Ian Jackson, Dulo, and I think we're definitely going to take Hugo Gonzalez. That's probably going to be our brand new starting shooting guard. Ceiling is on BA. I definitely think we go ahead and plug him into this LA franchise. So very happy with that. We get Liam in the second round, or Amari, or Booker, whatever we want to do here. I'll take Amari here out of Iowa State, and that will be our draft. So we are starting to establish a new direction here. Getting a 77 overall right out of the draft feels pretty good, especially for Paul George. I'm going to accept Kobe Brown as well. Hopefully he develops. I've never really used him in 2K before, so I don't really know what to expect. Bones Allen and Moses Moody. Both free agents I am interested in bringing back. And then we are going to free agency where I would be interested in, maybe exploring the idea of signing a young player in free agency who is maybe available. But we do have to free up some cap space first. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is if we're able to move Kawhi. So do trades pop up? Yes, they do. So now we could kind of explore the idea of trading Kawhi Leonard. So, of course, Kawhi's trade market would be interesting, but it is kind of funny, the idea of sending him back to San Antonio. I think at this point, the Spurs would be contenders or trying to contend. So I could see a pathway to where Ace Bailey could... I mean, if we get Ace Bailey, that's a home run for us. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know, man. I'm also being offered Cooper Flag, which is kind of crazy. I don't think anyone's trading what they got for the... Wait, what draft pick was Ace Bailey? I guess I should check on that. I don't know what draft pick he was. So the Spurs took him at... Let's see. They took him at number 3 overall. So trade number 3 for Kawhi is also kind of crazy. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to build my own trade, which isn't going to be easy. I think a team that makes a lot of sense for Kawhi Leonard would be the Lakers. He doesn't have to move very far. He'd stay in Los Angeles, of course. So we're going to try to get Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Vanderbilt, and at least one of their first round picks for Kawhi Leonard services. They could pair him with Anthony Davis now that LeBron James is gone. So let's see what they say to that. They say no right away, which I find very interesting. Can I give you Deron Holmes maybe? Okay, that didn't take much. So we go ahead and we get Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, and we got a future draft pick. So I think we did all right. We got some draft picks for the future. Again, this team has no direction at the moment. We don't really have a guy we're like building around, but we have a bunch of guys we could flip in other trades. We have a bunch of salaries. Like, we're not going to be able to sign one free agency. This team is going to be interesting, to say the least. This team is going to be weird, but I'm happy with the haul we got. We have a very funky team, but that's to be, we actually have some cap space as well, which is nice. But that's to be expected when you obviously blow things up a little bit. So that is all done. Everyone I wanted to trade is officially gone. It would be great if we had even more cap space, but we don't, unfortunately. So right now, Rozier's our point guard. Obviously, not really what I want. So there's really no position that's off limits. So if there's a free agent that makes sense for us to sign, we'll do it. But, oh, yeah, I forgot about Bones Hyland and Moses Moody as well, which we'll probably try to bring them back. So, yeah, let's do that. So we're going to bring both those guys back. So I'm re-signing Moses Moody and Bones Hyland. And I think next offseason is when we'll have a lot more cap space. And we're the Los Angeles Clippers, for crying out loud. We're in LA. You know, we're in LA. We're a destination. So we could probably win free agency battles next year. This team is probably going to be very weird next year. Probably not going to be very good. But I'm very happy with what we accomplished. I think this team, you know, establishes, you know, kind of the direction we want to go in, which is restarting this bad boy from the ground up. So yeah, like where we're at, probably more than likely stopping the deadline to flip some of these guys, because there's a lot of guys in this roster I think a lot of contending teams would want, which allows us to get more draft picks. So yeah, we're in a good position. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and get in next season. But let's first and foremost look at this rotation all together, because this is about to be a funky one. So we got to cut one player off this rotation, which will be, unfortunately, I mean, who do I cut? I guess I got to cut the cheapest one, which would be Musa. I don't know how to say his name. But here is your proficiency. So it's still under Tyronn Lue. So it'll be a 3.5 balance. And then this will be your starting 5. So don't really know what to expect out of this team next year. Imagine this team made a playoff run to be wild. But let's go ahead. Take a look at this, you know, team all together. So it's Rozier, Hugo Gonzalez, Rui Hachimura, Vanderbilt, Zubac, Mitchell Robinson, Moses Moody, Bones Allen, and Monty Morris if we ran, you know, a 9-man rotation, which we will. So that leaves Dalton Connect, Gabe Vincent, Kobe Brown, McCain. So there's a couple guys in, you know, the rotation I would want to be in there. So we'll probably send Dalton Connect to the G League, which we'll do that right now. And then we could send someone else there, which will probably be Kobe Brown, I guess. Which actually, if I moved Kobe Brown to small forward, I wonder how much he would go up. He might be able to play right away. So he doesn't go up as that much, but I'll keep him at small forward. But yeah, let's go ahead. Something like this season, not expecting a whole lot here. Shot tendencies. Mitchell Robinson's low. Terry Rozier is probably going to be the guy taking most of the shots here. He is on an expiring contract, so I am going to, if nothing else, if I don't get anything for him, I'm just going to let him walk in the offseason. We'll see how this goes. Expecting a pretty poverty season, but this is what happens when you're trying to build things back from plan 0, I guess, or, you know, from the ground up. But right now, we're off to a 500 start, so maybe we make the playoffs. So Hugo Gonzalez winning Rookie of the Year is a really good sign to see this season. Obviously, like I said, this was kind of a season where I didn't expect a whole lot, but surprisingly, this team was as good as last year. Basically, we're the 10th seed in the Western Conference, which is why I decided not to make any trades, because this team was entertaining. And if, you know, we're in the new stadium still, you want to sell those tickets, you keep the team that's kind of interesting at the very least. You don't expect a whole lot, but at least the team is entertaining. And you got Rozier as the leading scorer. And we're about to have so much cap space as well, which is going to be interesting. There's only one guy I'm really interested in re-signing, and that would be Mitchell Robinson. Everyone else can go, which would allow us to sign whoever we want in free agency, potentially, depending on who is here. Now, Rui Hachimura had a really good season for us, so I would almost be interested in re-signing him as well. But we'll just see how it kind of goes. Yeah, 16 points, 38% shooting from 3. I imagine we don't get out of the play-in this time. We do not. So we get eliminated. So at least our pick isn't going to be like top 4, at least as long as it doesn't jump up, of course. But wow, Golden State upset the Thunder, and you got the Hornets going on to win the championship. All right, now it is time to maybe be a little bit more aggressive this offseason. We tore it down last year. Now it's time to figure out where we can make our mark. Now, I don't believe we're going to have a... Oh, wow, that Lakers pick, that could come very clutch. It's projected to be top 3, and we get number 1 overall. Wow, from the Kawhi Leonard trade. I will take that. That's actually a huge turnaround. We also get 27. So that's huge, man. That's actually crazy. We got that lucky. So we have the number 1 overall pick, which is insane. I think we keep Tyronn Lue around. As long as he wants to keep coaching the Clippers, I'm definitely down to keep him around. So we're going to keep him. And now we have the number 1 overall pick. Just like, what a turnaround, guys. Like, this is insane how much we've turned this team around from where we were. We were just a team with no direction. We were going to keep running it with Kawhi and Paul George and James Harden. It was going to lead to nothing. And now we are about to have the number 1 overall pick, which is a pick that's not even our own. So I can't remember who the best player in this draft class is. Oh, yeah, it's the Cameron Boozer draft class, isn't it? So I believe we take him. Yeah, Cameron Boozer. So welcome to the Clippers, Cameron Boozer. I think we had a late pick as well from Cleveland. I don't know who's good here, but I'll take the young 19-year-old center out of Sudan. So welcome. We got an 80 overall right at the draft. AJ looked like he was pretty good as well. But Cameron Boozer, welcome to the Clippers. So looks like we got ourselves a little bit of a direction. Kobe Brown, we're going to accept. Jared McCain, Amari will accept all of those. Qualifying offers, Dalton Connect's a free agent. And then, again, as I mentioned already, free agency is big. We got a lot of free agents. But we also should, in theory, have a lot of cap space, I believe. So let's take a look at what that's looking like. So salary cap breakdown. I guess maybe... Wait, did I overshot what I thought I had? Let me see. Okay, no, I have a bunch of cap space, so I can sign Luka Doncic. So I do have a bunch of cap space. I have Joe Holmgren here. I have Kyrie Irving, Trae Young, Paul Banchero, Jamal Murray, Shaedon Sharpe. A lot of good options at our disposal. But I would be remiss if I didn't try for Luka Doncic. 27 years old. We have a lot of good role players, honestly. We already kind of have that. All we need is the lead guy. I know Luka probably doesn't care about being in LA or anything like that. So it's not like the most but whenever I have a chance to sign Luka Doncic, I think I got to do it. Of course, the next best option would be like Trae Young, who's 27. Chet Holmgren's going to be matched immediately. Steph, too old. Durant, too old. Yeah, Kyrie's too old. Trae Young would be the next best bet and not really who I want to bank on. Paul Banchero is going to get matched. Jamal Murray, not really a number one option in my opinion. So Luka Doncic is the guy, and that's the one I want to try to get. So can I get him is the question. So Mavericks are offering him a contract, which of course he could just resign. But let's say we offered him a salary. Do we have a chance of getting him? Looks like we can get Luka Doncic, ladies and gentlemen. So I am going to 100% sign Luka Doncic. Now, I want to try to see if I can keep Mitchell Robinson. I may not be able to. But if we can get Luka Doncic, I mean, you can do it 9 times out of 10. So, can I keep Mitch Robinson? I don't think I can, unless if I traded someone. Do I need to send someone else? So, let's see. I almost would rather keep Mitch Robinson over Zubac, low-key. So, I wonder if I could throw Zubac in the trades and get Mitch Robinson back. Well, how much is Mitch Robinson asking for? That I don't know. I wish I would have checked that before. So, I don't think we're going to be able to keep Mitch Robinson. So, 9 times out of 10, we're signing Luka Doncic easily. Maybe 2K still lets me sign Mitch Robinson. It looks like it's going to let me sign Rozier back if I wanted to, which is kind of, or unless that's just how much cap space we have left. No, it's just letting me re-sign him. Okay. How much was Robinson asking for? That's a good question. So he was asking for, yeah, it's a little more expensive than what Zubac is asking for. So I guess it's not that big a deal that we're losing Robinson. Although I wanted to keep him. We can bring Rui Hachimura back. That's huge. I'm definitely bringing Rui back. He was so good for us last year. So I'm going to sign Rui Hachimura back, which is great. And now we can still sign. So yeah, I actually love it a lot. So now we have Luka Doncic, Bones Highland, Jared McCain. We have Hugo Gonzalez. We have Rui Hachimura, Moses Moody, Jared Vanderbilt, Boozer, and then Zubac. So Boozer, of course, is going to be the guy that is going to be, you know, the game changer. I don't know how good he's going to be. Hugo, of course, was really good last year. 6'6". 34% from 3. But I do want to try to get a second star here just to turn this thing around immediately and make this team interesting right away. So that is what I'm going to try to do. So I am going to sign Charles in free agency to be our backup 5. What is his rebounding like? Yeah, 8 and 7. I'll definitely take that. So I'm going to sign him to be our backup center. Might even progress a little bit as well. I can get Connect back, I think, which is what I'm going to do here as well. Give us all the options in the world to have back. And I could still sign someone interesting. But yeah, this offseason could not have gone any better. We get Luka freaking Doncic. You really can't ask for much better than that. So Connect, welcome. And now it's time to see. So he goes up, and then you got Kobe Brown up to 78, which is huge. Connect is up to 78. We have so many young players we can throw in a trade to try to make another big trade here to pair with Luka. So no positions really off limits. Of course, the center spot is what I'm really looking at the most. I believe we can get away with Hugo, Rui, and obviously Boozer starting this year. And if we can get like a really good backup or a really good starting center, that's what I'd love to do, but we'll see if that's possible. I know more than likely this isn't going to be possible, but it would be just so hilarious if I could pull this off. Imagine I could get Jokic from the Nuggets. It would just be kind of funny to think about because Jokic and Luka Doncic, maybe they do play together one day, but I can't imagine they're the type of guys that are like, hey, let's go team up in LA. Like, let's do it, man. Like, imagine we could pull that off. I'm going to try. It's probably not going to happen, but it is funny to at least try this. Do I even have I don't even know how much this would cost me. Yeah, this would probably cost me like my whole rotation. I'll throw Bones Silent in here. More than likely, this isn't going through. I'd probably have to include Cameron Boozer, get a guy like Jokic, which, of course, would be worth it. So I am going to try this. I mean, why not? We got to try, right? Moses Moody, Vanderbilt. I got to throw one of them in here probably. McCain. Okay, so I can throw McCain in here. I can throw Connect. Okay, so we're gonna offer this. I imagine the Nuggets are saying yes to this, but imagine we got Jokic to team up with Luka in LA. Yeah, they're not gonna agree to that. That's why the best offer I could have thrown at them. Of course, I could throw like Vanderbilt instead or something. Yeah, that's not gonna happen though. So it would have been funny to get Jokic, but that's just gonna be so hard to pull off. So instead of that, there was another option that I liked. He's an expiring contract in Orlando. I don't know why he's in Orlando, but he is. I do like the idea of Jalen Duren. Could be really good in 2K, 15 and 10, and it just gives us a really good starting center. Honestly, I think Luka Doncic could hold it down on his own. Hugo Gonzalez could probably turn in that second star. You know, we don't even know what Boozer's going to do yet. But if I can get Duren rather than having Zubac, I think that'd be a lot better. I'd feel a lot more confident in that. So I'm going to throw this guy in here as well. And then let's say we threw in Amari. So let's see if that gives me Duren. They say no right away. I'll throw this Clippers pick in here, and they agree. So we get Jalen Duren, which I absolutely love as an option as our starting center now. So yeah, that gives us a very interesting rotation in LA. Just like that, we've turned things around. Luka Doncic is the new face of the Clippers, which is just so weird. But hey, this is where we've ended up, and now we can feel pretty confident about this rotation. I think we'll definitely be a playoff team. Luka Doncic usually gives you that ceiling in 2K. So yeah, I'm not really too concerned about that. Now it's just a matter of, can we be a contender right away? I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see. But 4-star balance, it all depends on how good I think, you know, Hugo and Cameron Boozer are for us. So let's see. They don't even want to start Boozer, which is interesting. Figured as like, you know, one of the highly touted players in the draft class, he'd be starting right away. But yeah, I love the addition of Rui Hachimura coming back, Luka, Hugo Gonzalez. And then we're running a 9-man rotation, which is good. So 9-man rotation, which is exactly what I wanted. And I do want to look at shot tendency. So of course, Luka Doncic is through the roof. Rui Hachimura is fine. Hugo's an 83, and then Boozer's 98. So that looks perfect. Expecting these two guys to be supportive of Luka. We'll see if it works out. Right now, 13th power ranking. Let's simulate this season and see how this Clipper squad does with Luka Doncic joining the fold. And just like that, the new face of LA, Luka Doncic, wins MVP in his very first season here, and Cameron Boozer wins Rookie of the Year. The beautiful part about this, even if we don't get a championship this year, which by the way went 62-20, is that too surprising? We got Luka freaking Doncic, for crying out loud. But yeah, even if we don't win a championship this year, the guys around Luka are only going to get better. At least I imagine so. I believe Boozer would probably develop like crazy. I'm assuming Hugo will do the same thing, but Jalen Duren was a great get with 12 and 17. 17 from Boozer, 16 from Hugo, 13 from Moody, and 11 from Rui, 8.5 from Connect, 6 from Vanderbilt, and 6 from Kobe Brown. Now, the moment of truth, because yesterday, as I told you guys, if you watched yesterday's video, I couldn't even get out of round 1. For whatever reason, it couldn't happen. I don't know why. I built a pretty good team in my opinion, but maybe I sucked. I don't know. But I feel like I've done a good job here as well. I got Luka Doncic, for crying out loud. If I can't get out of round 1 on my birthday, I'm going to be pretty molded. So let's go ahead and see. And we get out round 1 today. So you know what? Better than yesterday. I will take it. We get the Houston Rockets round 2. We have signed Jalen Brunson, Amon Thompson, Cameron Whitmore, Jabari Shingun, Dillingham, John Collins, Star Eason, Capella. Now, can we make it to the conference finals this early? And yes, we can. And now, of course, we get to run into the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are always a tough get. We get to play Jalen Green and Shea as a backcourt. J-Dub, Chet, Nicola, Casey Wallace, Damian Sarr. Obviously, our work is going to be very hard here, but we'll give it our best shot. So game 1, 1-0, 112-96. Thankfully, we have Luka Doncic on our side. Hugo with 25 in that game 1. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, 2-1 goes to us. Can we go up 3-1? Yes, we can. Can we beat them in 5? I'm going to simcast game 6 just because, you know, I don't want to go down 3, or I don't want to be in an even series with the Thunder here. So can we please win this one? And we are going to barely lose. Damn, we go to a game 7. Okay. Game 7, barely lost that one. We could have made it out into the finals here. Game 7 in LA. We lost by 1 in Oklahoma City. Can we take care of business at home? Let's see if we can do it. And it's not looking good. It is the Thunder. Like I said, though, the beautiful part about this is... Oh, wait a minute. Might take this at the end. Can we do that? We've tied it up a couple times, and we are going to lose. But, like I said, the beautiful thing is we can only get better from here. The guys around Luka are about to progress. At least they should anyway. So hopefully that is the case. I don't know if we're going to have another lottery pick from some team here. And it looks like we don't. So no lottery pick. I don't think we have a draft pick in this draft at all, which I'm totally okay with. I think we run it back basically with what we got. We got to fill out 1 staff spot, but I'm feeling pretty damn good about how this team did last year. We were 1 game away from making it to the finals and potentially beating the Cavs probably. I think we could have beaten them. I don't know who they had, I guess, but player options, Jalen Duren declines. That's a must resign. I mean, both those guys are must resign. So all these guys, we're going to spend a bunch of money again. But hey, Ballmer, of course, is someone who's not afraid of spending money. So Jalen Duren, Kobe Brown, Vanderbilt, bring them all back. So let's bring all of them back. So we'll resign all of them. They do want to renounce Dalton Connect, but I'm going to try to bring him back as well. I have noticed I've had Connect in a couple last videos, but good shooter out of Tennessee. I'm gonna try to keep him around, so let's see if we can get him back. And I had the pleasure of watching him in March Madness. Like I said, I told you guys this was the first year that I ever actually paid attention to March Madness. But we could sign a really good player in free agency. I just noticed. You know what? Give me Jordan Hawkins. Give me Jordan Hawkins. You know what? Screw Dalton Connect. Give me Hawkins, who's a much better overall and plays the position we need. If we get Connect back too, that's great. But yeah, give me Hawkins as a backup too. We'll take that. And just like that, Boozer and Hugo up to an 83 and 84. Jalen Duren's up. So not as much progression as I thought we'd see, but I'll still take that. We're going into next season with the optimism that this year will be our year. We'll keep going until eventually get past the Thunder. We were so close to doing it last year. I think this year we could do it. So Luka once again with an MVP award, and this time we went 69 and 13. We were so close to winning 70 games this year. So hopefully that reflects when we go try to win a championship this year. So you had 31 from Luka, 18.5 from Hugo, 18 from Boozer, 16 from Duren, and 13 from Moody. Without further ado, the plan is to get back to the conference finals, and of course you guys know who we probably end up seeing there. Now, we got to get there first, and we get the Spurs who are in front of us. We have Wemby, we have Ace Bailey, Miles Turner, Koa Pete, Isaiah Collier. So they have a good team. Hopefully we don't lose to them. We're down 2-1. Man, I just can't have any luck with this game, it looks like. But you know what? It's not over yet. Not over till it's over. Hopefully we can come out here and win this one to even it up. That way we're not down 3-1 to the Spurs, because that'd be pretty tragic. And it looks like we are going to win this game. So that's huge. Now we got to win a game 5 as Utah beat the Thunder. So we got to take advantage of that. So let's see if we can do that. 69-13, just to lose in the playoffs would be unfortunate, especially in the second round. So we go up 3-2. All right, all we got to do is win one more game. We're in the conference finals playing a Jazz team instead of a Thunder team. We got to win this. We got to take advantage. Now, Wemby is in our way at the moment. So if we can win this one, we're on to this to the conference finals, and we don't have to deal with the Thunder. That's huge. Can we please close this? We do. Okay. We get Hugo at 36. He's been huge, man. So Hugo Gonzalez, 20 points in the playoffs so far, averaging 40 or shooting 40% from 3. Now, who do the Jazz have that they took down the Thunder? They have George Podziemski, Markkanen, AJ, Sarr, Kessler, D'Lo, Hendricks, and Gigi Jackson. It's a solid team, but I feel like we should beat them. We're up 2-1, 3-1, and we are going to get into the finals. Let's go. Okay. Now we get the Pacers. Tyrese Haliburton, you were absolutely horrible tonight in real life against the Knicks. You were terrible. The refs were pretty questionable down the stretch, I will say that. But you got to be better than, I think you only had like 6 points or something crazy like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. But as I'm talking crap on him, he's probably hearing what I'm saying and is going off on us. But let's see if we can even it up. I'm not trying to leave here without a championship. So, and this Pacers team to me doesn't look like the team that should beat us. Out of all the teams we played so far, I'm not losing to the Pacers. I refuse. So we do go up, even it up, which is great. And now we are going to a game 6, or game 5 rather, in LA. This is where we take advantage and we take the 3-2 lead. And it looks good. And we are going to take advantage of that. All right. Backs against the wall. I don't want them to even up this series. We're going 8-man rotation to close this out. I don't care if we got to do it in Indiana. I'm winning a championship to end this video. And okay, it looks like we might have to go to a game 7 unless... All right, 2K wants to make it dramatic. Game 7 it is. Luka, I need you to play a little bit better. All right. Game 7. They wanted to just do it at home. I get it. Let's blow them out at home. Let's not even sweat this one. Let's blow them out at home. Let's not even make this close. So, of course, it's going to be a close game, though. All right. We got a 3-point lead with 8 minutes left. Let's see if we can close them out. I'm trying to end off this video with the championship here. We're down 4 right now. Okay, we tie it up. Can we tie it up again? We're down 4. All right, this isn't good. All right, we're down 1. This is where I jump in and I avenge myself. I make this happen on my birthday. I didn't come out here just to lose to the freaking Pacers, bro. Like, I'm not doing it. All right, so I have all the confidence in the world. I'm about to win this game for us. Halliburton's got 2 free throws, which is kind of unfortunate. But a lot of time on the clock. So we're going to have... All right, looks good. Let's give this to Luka Doncic. Thankfully, Luka's not fouled out. I'm just going to try to drive with Luka. Let's see how that goes for me. All right, Bro. All right, we're going to get a stop. That was huge because I just made a terrible mistake. All right, let's not turn the ball over. Let's get the ball to Luka Doncic. And I'm just so freaking terrible this game, bro. Why do I even try? Why do I even freaking try? I don't know. I can't get the ball to Luka to save my life, I guess. All right. See if I can make something happen here. I kind of had a wide open 3 there for a second. Let's take a 3. Can I splash that? And that's not even close. I was short. Of course, we're going to lose to the freaking Pacers of all teams to end off this video, aren't we? All right, Zach LaVine going to the basket. Going to give it to Halliburton for 3. And that's all she wrote. 127 and 119. That's what I get for jumping in and thinking I'm good at this game. Going to shoot another 3 here. Again, not there. Luka Doncic with the hat trick of MVP awards, and we went 73-9. We tied the best record in the NBA, that being, of course, the Warriors. So, does that mean anything? Of course, it has not yet. We have not gotten the championship, but Boozer and Hugo have developed very well. They've become second and third stars next to Luka Doncic. So, yeah, this is probably the best team geared. We get Wemby and the Spurs very early. I'm going to live with the result of just simulating current round. So, let's just see how that goes. This time we sweep the Spurs. We don't even sweat against them this time. Now we get the Rockets. Let's see if we can take care of them. And we're going to beat them in 6. Of course, we're probably going to run. Oh, no, it's the Jazz again, which we beat them last year. We're down 3-2, though, so it may not go very smoothly this time around. We got to win 2 straight to get into the finals. I guess I may not end off with a championship today. Man, really unfortunate. I thought, okay, can we come out here and win this one? Nope. 2K does not want to give me a birthday present. I guess we're going to lose. We got the Jazz going on to win the championship. All right. Well, I'm ending it off on that note. I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. Maybe tomorrow I get one with the 76ers. Man, it's been tough, man. I just can't get any luck on this game right now. But it's all good. It's all about having fun and building the best team I possibly can. And I think I've done that once again in the best way I possibly could. But hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.